Dear students, hope all are fine. Today we are going through the last 5 commandments we learned. Do you remember those commandments? Let's rewind. Remember to keep holy the Lord's day. Honor your father and your mother. You shall not kill. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. So I know you all are thorough with those commandments because you all are good students. And one thing, today I am also going to test your concentration. You will have to do 3 activities this week. But I will only reveal those activities between the video. So be alert to find all those activities. So let's begin. The day of the Lord. The third commandment which God gave us is to remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. The seventh day is the Sabbath day, and it is the day of the Lord. The people of the Old Testament celebrated Sabbath of the last day of the week. Israelite celebrated the Sabbath as the day of rest and worship. They celebrated the Sabbath from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset. It was a law to celebrate Sabbath strictly, and there were type and number of activities to be forbidden on the Sabbath day. But Jesus taught that man is not for Sabbath, but Sabbath is for man. He healed the people on the Sabbath day and thus proved that doing good is suitable to the spirit of the Sabbath and allowed on the Sabbath day. Thus, he corrected the wrong notion about the Sabbath. We should observe Sunday as the day of worship, day of rest, and day of mercy. And we are obliged to participate in the Holy Mass and engage in good deeds on obligatory days. The next commandment: respect your parents. Honor your father and mother so that you may have a long life in the land that Yahweh your God has given to you. Exodus chapter 20 verses 12. Jesus gave us a model by being obedient to his parents. So, what are your duties as a children to your parents? We must love them. We must realize that the main force behind our life is the sacrifice and commitment of our parents. We must be grateful to them and must show it through our words and deeds. When they are old, we must nurse them, provide physical and spiritual help for them. One day, you will grow and become a father or mother. So, what are your duties when you become a father or mother? So, what are your duties to your children? Correct them and guide them as the Lord does. Provide opportunities and facilities, occasions necessary for the spiritual, physical, mental, and social growth of your children. So, before going to the next point, I am giving you a chance to remember the opportunities and helps your parents are providing you. There will be many to list, but write 5 opportunities or helps your parents are giving you. And remember, we must be always thankful to them. Respect the authorities and elders. Not only parents, but also teachers and persons with authority come under this commandment. Students should respect and obey them. Students must understand the importance of the relationship between teachers and students and act accordingly. We have the duty to respect the people in authority because the authority is God given. The fifth commandment is, "You shall not kill." Human life is precious. God created us in His own images and likeness. That is the basis of the dignity of man. God alone is the owner of life. God gives life. We have the duty to preserve and nourish life, making use of all the circumstances and facilities which God has given. Threats against life exist in two ways: factors that destroy one's own life, factors that destroy the life of others. What are the sins against human life? Murder, suicide, mercy killing, abortion, terrorism, use of liquor. What are the actions to promote human life? Protection of life, protection of health, maintenance of peace, and protection of nature. So let me ask you a question. Why is use of liquor evil? Or why is it man's important responsibility to protect life? So here is the next activity. Write a brief answer about why is it man's important responsibility to protect life. Sexual purity. God created men male and female. God, who is love himself, created man with the ability to love and be loved. The basis of sexuality is to be either male or female. Sexual purity is using the God given sexual abilities in a mature way. He expects us to maintain sexual purity in thoughts, words, and deeds. Any sexual relations outside marriage are sin against sexual purity. A Christian is bound to lead a holy life according to his take of life. Evils like masturbation, homosexual acts, adultery, fornication, rape, etc. destroy this purity. Following things will help us to keep sexual purity. Avoid friends engaged in obscene talk and actions. Avoid obscene publications and pictures. Keep away from watching TV channels, films, websites which are not in keeping which, which are not keeping with sexual purity. Practice self-control in conversation, dressing, and entertainment. Read the Bible, lives of saints, and other good books. Seek the protection and intercession of Mother Mary. Get the advice of mature persons. So, now you learned what are the things that will help us to live in sexual purity. So, list down any 5 things that will help us to live in sexual purity. If we have taken anything unjustly, we must return them, and if we have caused loss to others unjustly, we must make amends for it. Remember, wealth is God's gift. We read in the book of Genesis the description of creation that the God creates the universe and all that is in it and gives them for the use of man. Wealth is meant for men's use. There are 2 kinds of wealth: public wealth and personal wealth. Public wealth is common to the society and everybody has the right to it. Personal wealth is that wealth which a person can make on his own and has the right to use. We have the right to own and enjoy created things in a just way. It is necessary for the progress of man and the welfare of the society. Personal wealth assures a man's security and welfare. Stealing is taking the property of another person. This is an attack on the right to personal wealth. The right of others to their own wealth is as important as our right to our wealth. We have no authority to violate such rights of others. Such violation of rights is stealing. Many things that we use in daily life are public wealth. Natural resources, government institutions, roads, streetlights, etc. are part of public property. Everyone has equal right to those things. To own common property unjustly and use it carelessly or destroy it, since it violates the rights of many, are serious sins. Using the common property carelessly or destroying it consciously or squandering them, exploiting natural resources, polluting the atmosphere, etc., are disrespect towards public wealth. All these are, hence, violation of the seventh commandment. What are the other sins? Bribery, copying during the examination, black market, misuse of authority, showing partiality, denial of just wages to workers, etc., are social evils developing in our society. They are also violation of the seventh commandments. O my loving Jesus, bless me to grow and become mature like you, who was obedient to your parents in the Holy Family at Nazareth.